All right, you should be able to hear me right about now. Coming to you after a long goddamn day at work. Um, Wanted to play this game for a while, Tides of Numenera, but I just needed to pull the trigger and do something. So I'm gonna try to de-stress with this game, and my new goal is to stream every minute of this game. So when I play it, I can have an entire archive of basically a guidebook to reference back to, and also track some sort of walkthrough with the game itself. But links to the Discord are down below in case you want to chat in person or on stream, and also buffering. There shouldn't be any buffering. Also, I'm testing my system. There shouldn't be any goddamn buffering. Nope, no buffering. YouTube, you lie. You lie to us. All right. These are the growing pains when you don't have mods or anybody watching. You got to be your own moderator, man. But let's get into the gameplay. The game's called Tides of Numenera. Oh, what, am I out of ratio right there? A little bit. Let me do something here quickly. There we go. Perfect. And I don't know why this is here. You see, this is... I might need to do another intro just to kind of trim this part off. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to Chrome this social out. You ready? You should see that. You ready? Yeah, you totally see that. You shouldn't see that. That's the problem. Restream capture. There we go. We're going to filter and we're going to chroma key this bitch out, son. Chroma key this bitch out. Yes. 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 Get that spill reduction out of there. Yes. Yes. That was easy. That was easy. All right. Let's try this again. Sorry for the abrupt end to that intro video, or to the music if you were vibing out on it, which you weren't. I just kind of wanted to play Tides of Numenera Torment for a while, and after a long, stressful day, I thought I'd treat myself to a live stream, treat you, which is eventually future me, to a live stream of myself playing Torment Tied to Numenera. So my project with this, we'll see how long this lasts, is to play on stream so that I have kind of like a guidebook to walk back from, put it in a playlist of all my archives. So I have like this game beaten, categorized, this game next beaten, categorized. So I'll have a bunch of those up. But for right now, let's jump right into it. I don't know what to expect. I didn't play the original Torment, but I think I saw this in like PC Mag and thought it was pretty cool. Will you be? This is gonna be the part where I spend about an hour deciding my characteristics and my person.
Your mind wakes in darkness. Aching cold sets into an unfamiliar body. A distant howling surrounds you, louder with each passing second. Insistent and invisible hands slap and tear at the membrane that protects you.
Okay.
Your first emotion is an involuntary and formless panic. You feel you have forgotten something important, as if it once meant the world to you, but the details slip away as you grasp at them. You force your eyes open. A white-pink fleshy cocoon surrounds you. Even as you look, a minor rent in its side tears open, and the howling wind forces its way inside.
I like the narration.
The cocoon rips away, gone before you can grab it, spinning you into a dizzying tunnel. You are falling, the world many kilometers beneath you. You catch a glimpse of a curved horizon, and also the ground beneath you that is approaching deceptively quickly. Above you, a small moon is slowly collapsing in upon itself. A corona of acid green and black energy playing around its edges. The wind buffets you and burns your eyes, but you don't need to see the details of the faraway ground to know you're in serious trouble. You won't survive a fall from this stratospheric height. A part of your frantic mind battles that technically probably fell from a thermospheric height. You struggle to stay focused as the ground rushes toward you. Instinctively, you spread your arms and legs, and they respond sluggishly.
That's what I would do.
You stop tumbling head over heels. Though you were still spinning laterally, that motion has calmed as well, and you have space to assess your situation, and perhaps to understand the predicament and the body in which you find yourself. Below you, you see a large landmass. A massive ocean dominates the rest of the visible globe, dotted here and there with island chains. Small moons, unusual structures, and strange machines rush past you in glittering profusion as you plummet toward the ground.
I wouldn't be looking at my body or remembering what happened. I'd be looking at the earth that I'm slowly falling towards.
This appears to be a huge megacontinent, the only land of any size on this side of the world at least. Great inland seas and lakes dot the land, and curiously, regular mountain ranges march up and down and across. You are falling toward what looks to be a great bay, a sprawling city perched on its shore just to the north. Further to the north and east, you see a broad plain scattered with curious structures, visible even from this height. The northeastern portion of this land looks to be a desert, a strange blue dot like an eye in its exact center. It seems to hold a city in its watery grasp. To its west is a ring of huge mountains, surmounted by enormous carved peaks spewing magma into a central catch basin. What concerns you most right now is the bay below you. It's coming at you quickly.
You gotta dive in.
Rushes at you, horrifyingly quickly. You see a pair of figures standing near a small glassy dome. You're headed straight for it. One of them looks up, points at you, and you feel your speed slow tremendously. But you are still traveling too fast, and both the figures leap aside as you crash into the crystalline structure with a profound and horrific crunch, pain radiating through every part of your body. And then, darkness.
Cool intro. Very cool intro. I survived that fall, huh? Jumble thoughts cloud your head as you study the empty bowl before you. Drops of liquid fall from the ceiling, splattering on the ground next to the bowl. The light from every drop is reflected into the bowl's rounded hollow, as if it hungers for that light and needs to be filled, yet the bowl remains dry. Another drop falls from the ceiling, splashes. You've encountered your first task. You have 3 stat pools: might, speed, intellect. You can spend to increase your chances of success. This is called using effort. Okay. To more easily move the bowl in front of you, use the mouse to spend might for a high level of effort. Don't worry if you fail this task. In Torment, failure often results in interesting outcomes. Okay, I'll buy it. What did I just do? What did I just do? That happened way too quickly. Alright, so I gotta give everything a chance. Blood trails from your fingers into the hungry depths of the bowl. Drop, it fills your blood, mixing with the light until the air itself takes on a strange reddish hue. Ripples spread over the blurred outline of your reflection. Okay. Sanguine radiance spills across the segmented floor, washing away the nearest shadows and pouring into your mind, melting the ragged edges of your fragmented thoughts. You are not whole, not yet, but you've begun to heal, and the damage done in your long fall. I fell from essentially a plane, and I'm okay. I was falling long enough to contemplate these things and look and study the earth and decide whether I wanted to crunch up in a fetal position or like look at my body. And that's before who knows how long I was falling before I woke up. A voice calls from out of nowhere, high above and beyond the reaches of the spreading light. Okay, so I get some actions here. Look at this place. Wait, I can examine something. Right around the door dims. No symbol tells you might be beyond this enormous door. Countless scratch. So I gotta go to the voice that was calling me. As soon as you touch the orb, memory floods your mind. You stand in front of a rusted door. The air is humid and dank. You have moments of respite from the waterlogged hell, the bubble of stale air, your resting point. I don't know what's going on here. You've breathed water before, and you've lived decades beneath the waves, but this body's an air breather, and the constant pressure has been crushing you ever so subtly. Worse, your companion's mind seems to be wandering from the task at hand. He's a genius with machines, as you well know. Now he seems distracted. I have no idea what the fuck's going on. The device in his hands is covered in knobs, wires, and antennae, and he believes it can get the 2 through the corroded door. He believes that it can get the 2 through the corroded door, but he's merely staring at it. Perhaps he's lost faith in his invention, but that's hardly your concern. The mission cannot be delayed. It must proceed. Cast the spell. You mumble a few words, drawing power from the air around you until a solution appears in your mind. You snatch the device from his hand, rewire it, and shove it back at him. Oh, he says, seeing your work. Sorry, I was trying to improve the thing. He waves a device at the door, and the stale air of your bubble freshens as the door swings open. A dark hallway lies beyond the passage that links the water-bordered cells and the aquatic viewing areas. Aquatic viewing areas. What you seek lies there. Moments later, you're underwater again, your hands closing around your strange yet familiar artifact. You need it to complete something. It hovers above the pedestal, rotating in the dark tower. An electric current runs through your fingers as your hands crosses the vertical plane of the pedestal. And an iridescent field coalesces so fast that the wave of pressure dazes you for a moment. The rising pulse of a sonar alarm ripples through the water. The guards won't be far behind. Run, you can come back for it. They won't be able to protect it forever. Disable the sonar pulse. Use the device to stop them. One of the ciphers in your belt. So it looks like a lot of these choices mean something. Focus the cloudy base of the pedestal. Your fingers instinctively find the control panel for the jewel force field, almost as if you had built it in the first place. You remove it, casting it to the side, and you reach inside to deactivate the crystals that power both the pulse and the pedestal. As you remove them, a scaly hand falls on your shoulder. Your head whips around and you see only the inky blackness of a piscine eye. I don't know what that word is. What is going on here? The memory begins to phase if you are being drawn backwards through a tunnel and you hear more pylons rising from the pit. Something is wrong. The events within the orb have settled you into a gap in your mind, but the edges of it are rough, as though the memory itself is not truly yours. There's something else. A gust of sour air is pulling at you like a predator inhaling the scent of its prey at the far end of a dark, whispering field. No! It really crashed. I got that on stream. Oh my god. Really? That's frustrating. That doesn't go well for these guys. I saw all the bad reviews, but I thought that this was really cool story. I assume if it was my PC, the stream would be down. You wouldn't be able to see me at all. Let's go to options. Let's do some graphics downgrades here. I mean, I could play in 4K. Do I want to do that? If it's already crashing? Like what? Let's go low, I guess. I gotta pick all over again. I gotta do this twice because the game... That's fucking ridiculous. I'm gonna be a male, yes. Okay, I'm falling.
Force your eyes open.
I'm gonna look around.
Fleshy cocoon surrounds the cocoon. Rips away. The wind buffets you.
I get
and burns
this.
your eyes, but you don't need to.
I'm gonna flatten out.
Spread your arms and legs, and they respond. Below you, you see a large landmass. Now
I study the world.
This appears to be further to the north and east. You see a broad plain scattered with curious structures. It's fruitless. You've reached you strike the darkness.
Darkness. That was pretty crispy. Okay. So fucked up, man. I'm gonna interact with this dish here. Let's examine the bowl. Let's examine the bowl again. Alright, let's move the bowl. What does this do? What is this guy? What is that guy? Base difficulty 45, cast off modifiers. You've thoroughly investigated the bowl. Oh, I did it without getting hurt because I investigated the bowl. Okay, at least going back, I got to learn about that part. And the light probably won't be red because my blood isn't in it. That's cool that there's that much variation within the first minute and a half of the game. Okay, that's a little redeeming if I can get this to not crash. And what is that guy? Character abilities. Can I change what I look like? At some point, I want to be a black dude. I'm just saying, if it doesn't matter, right? Like, I should be able to choose. I gotta go back through these memories. I'm gonna cast a spell. Yep. And then, you know, I'm gonna disable the sonar pulse because I kind of created it. And then now I'm back to normal. And should I save right now? Can I save? There we go. Dark Fathom. Let's save that bitch right there. Return to game. So the next time you fucking crash. How do I get up here? This mirror looks strange, as though when you see it in real, you're the reflection. I gotta go to this orb again. Alright, another flashback. You stand beside a woman in a verdant crag. On a verdant crag. Beneath the two of you is a broad plateau towering above the overgrowth far below. Strange machines have been built into the cliffside, presumably for reconnaissance or defense. A metallic disc gleams from the center of the plateau. You are self-aware. Humanoid machines drill into the base of the cliffs below. You were looking for a sanctuary, and you were desperately. If you were looking for a sanctuary, and you were desperately, this seems like the right place. Man, I am getting dyslexic in my old fucking age. I don't know about this, says the woman, her voice flat and neutral. Her face is turned away from you. What makes this place any more secure than the other ones we found? Convince her with the wisdom of your superior intellect. Use your charms to persuade her of the merits on the inside. What would I do? Would I, like, charm her, the merits, try to convince her? No, I'd use either my intellect or I would try to draw her attention to a detail of some kind. Alright. You shade your eyes against the bright sun and thin bands radiating out of the metallic disc. How the energy of the bands affects the local fauna, suggesting an enormous source of prior world energy. She thinks deeply. It's geologically sound? Have you run sounding samples and checked the strata? No major caverns or weaknesses show up on your resonance scans. She waits for your affirmations and says, all right, I'm convinced. You sketch your plans for the sanctuary, draw the architectural diagrams, and descend the plateau and examine the ground. The woman suggests you have one of the servitors build the shelter for your time here. Try to draw one of the constructs away from its task, but it doesn't respond to your voice. When you lay a hand on its shoulder to reinforce your command, it whirls around and strikes you across the face with inhuman speed. It turns back to its task ignoring you. Your companion helps you rise, laughter in ours. It seems your construct has other ideas. What's the matter with it? Use Numenera integrated into the construct by to overwhelm the behavior malfunction. Examine the construct for mechanical faults. Look for a deeper solution. The actuators are corrupted. You dig into the construct's back. You see it seems not to mind as long as you don't interfere with the task. Definitely, you reset the actuator and see energy spark into the disused portion of the construct's brain. The construct resumes its work, and this time it listens when you speak. Acknowledged, it obediently says. Image freezes, you fade, then fades, and you feel the memory fill in the gap in your mind. Okay, cool. Blocked by a jagged block, you stagger, clutching your head, reclaiming your memory hurts. Once more, there's something else. Hair lifts one by one. on the back of your neck. Something beyond this room can sense what you are doing. It is hunting you. Is it the sorrow? I want a room like this. This is what the Bat Cave should look like. Another memory. A vision of a city springs up around you. Your city in flames and under attack. Her defenders have fought and died all day, and the attackers still keep coming. They fight as if your destruction were demanded of them. They care nothing for mercy, surrender, or plunder. What they want is blood, but you have brought a keen companion to the top of the tower. She has seen the way to stop the invaders. You need to get her to safety, and you need to rally your defenders. Okay, so I'm building my defense in the side of a mountain using these metal constructs against these invaders, I would imagine. But even as you turn toward the door of the tower, 2 attackers ascend from a hovering machine. You don't have time to strike at them before they land. One is brutishly large. His weapon is a vibrating axe. The other is a slim, sheathed in glassy armor and holding a hilt with a whizzing invisible blade. That's kind of cool. Your companion backs away. She's too young to help your enemies. Advanced single file confined by the parapet. Trade blows with the giant. You can handle it, at least for a strike or 2. Duck under the giant's swing and attack before he can. Fight defensively and figure out who presents the greater threat. So I see what it's doing. I think each of these choices I'm slowly building my character attribute with, and then at the end of this memory sequence I'm gonna have a strong guy, or a defensive guy, or a agile guy. So I'm gonna play this as if this was me. I was standing on a cliff with a female child who can't fight and help out, and 2 men, one large, one small, is coming to me. I would try to attack first. I don't know if I'm agile enough to duck under. I'm definitely big enough to try to trade blows for at least a strike or 2. But he's got an axe. What do I have?